What's up, everybody? It is Broken Havoc here, right here on the Broken Havoc podcast, here to review SmackDown from June 11th, 2021. I am filming this video right after I filmed my Dynamite review, and my Dynamite review is already uploaded on the channel. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and take a look at my Dynamite review. We talk about everything match by match, segment by segment. Go ahead and check it out if you haven't already. But what are my thoughts on SmackDown that happened? This was not the best episode of SmackDown. If not, it was not a perfect episode of SmackDown. Of course, the only good thing, and I say this every time when I review SmackDown, the only good thing on SmackDown is Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns, period. The reason why I say that is because he's doing the best work of his career. Not only that, I love the storyline that they're telling with Jimmy and Jey Uso, how, you know, there's some family feud going on, I should say. And I love how Roman's basically trying to, I don't want to say split the Usos because that's definitely not going to be happening. Definitely for a fact, I do believe that they're going to be facing each other at Hell in a Cell for Roman's own pleasure, of course. But enough of me rambling. We're going to be discussing SmackDown right now. So Roman Reigns, as the show kicks off, is backstage in the locker room watching the opening video package that aired on the top of the show. Says he saved Jey Uso's ass last week and says that they owe him. He basically telling Jey Uso. Asks Jey the one thing that he will not stand for. What is the one thing that he will not stand for? And Jey answers, to embarrass the family. Reigns says that he knows that he understands it, but his brother Jimmy does not understand it. Jimmy Uso comes out to the ring and cuts an awesome promo talking about, you know, of course, how he's trying to take his brother away from him. Basically, in the promo, he states that last week was supposed to be a celebration. Says that they should have been 7-time WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Says that they got robbed. And says that the ref blew the call on how his shoulders were up. They had chance number 2, and Roman Reigns comes in and sticks his nose into their business. Says Roman got them disqualified on purpose. He asks Reigns, what was the point of attacking Rey and Dominik? And says he knows what it is. He knows what his issue is. He says that Roman is jealous of him. He says that he's jealous and he wants his brother back and that they want the gold to represent the family. And after that, he says that he's trying to take his brother away and that tonight he will do something that he will not regret. So then we go back to Roman backstage with Jimmy Uso, and he tells Jey, hey, I'm not his brother. And he tells Jey, you better take care of this. That is not the pure definition of good shit. I don't know what is. Roman Reigns, every segment involving the Usos on this show is 100% good shit. But Vince McMahon won't tell you that. All right, we got Big E and Kevin Owens versus Apollo Crews and Sami Zayn. Now, right before I talk about this match, actually there was a mini segment coming back from commercial break, actually, with Jey Uso confronting Jimmy Uso backstage. Jimmy asks Jey if they could have won the tag titles, and Jimmy states that he was upset. Jimmy says that it can't be like this and says Roman has disgraced the family. And then Jey replies and asks Jimmy, what do you want me to do? And then Jimmy states that he will see Roman in their locker room. So, some turmoil going on there. But we get the tag team match with Kevin Owens, Big E versus Apollo Crews and Sami Zayn. Overall thoughts on this match, I could care less about this match. This was not a bad match whatsoever. I actually really liked this match. I just didn't care about it. That's the problem. But the match starts. Owens goes after Zayn. Owens and Crews start. Owens attacks Zayn outside of the ring. He drives Zayn in the barricade. We get a senton by Owens on Apollo Crews. Continues to attack Zayn after. Comes back to the ring and Crews works on Owens. Zayn tags in and works on Owens in the corner. Crews tags in. We got a suplex by Crews on Owens. Zayn tags in. He works on Owens. Owens tries to fight back. Crews tags in. Big E tags in. Throws Crews and throws Crews again. We got a splash counter when Crews gets the knees up. Uranagi by Big E. We get a cover into a near fall. We get an Enziguri by Crews. German suplex by Crews on Big E. We get a cover into a near fall. Big E misses the spear and goes to the outside. Zayn works on Big E in the corner from commercial break. Crews tags in, delivers a couple right hands on Big E in the corner. Big E tries to fight back, works on the leg of Big E. Zayn tags in and works on Big E. We get a headlock by Zayn on Big E. We get a drop toe hold by Sami Zayn. Cruz tags in and kicks Big E in the back. Elbow by Cruz. We get a cover into a near fall. Cruz misses the frog splash, or I should say crossbody. Doesn't really matter. Both are kind of the same. Michael Cole kind of confuses it. It looks like a frog splash, but then Michael Cole's like, no, crossbody. Both wrestlers tag their partners. Owens with repeated right hands on Zayn. Cannonball by Owens on Zayn outside of the ring. Then we get a senton on Zayn in the outside by Owens. Both get back in the ring. Then we get a clothesline in the corner by Owens. Cannonball by Owens and Zayn in the corner. Then we get a swanton bomb from the top by Owens on Sami Zayn. We get a cover and a near fall. Slap in the chest of Zayn by Owens. Both Zayn and Owens are on the top. We get a leapfrog by Zayn. Cruz tags in. We get a boot by Owens. A pump-up powerbomb by Owens on Cruz. Cover and Zayn makes the save. Zayn plants Owens. We get a cover and a near fall. Then we get a blue thunder bomb by Sami Zayn. Cover and Big E makes the save. Big E sends Cruz outside the ring. Zayn misses the haluva kick. Stunner by Owens, and Owens and Big E win the match. So, overall thoughts on this match. This was a pretty fun little tag match. It makes no sense booking-wise, but it was a pretty fun little tag match. I really enjoyed this match. Then after the match, what happens is that Cruz gets the microphone, and he asks to stop the music and says that he cannot beat him mainly because he was paired with that idiot Sami Zayn. So he's talking shit on Sami Zayn now. He proposes a match next week with Big E and Kevin Owens versus Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz. Zayn says he set him up, so he grabs the mic now. He states that he that being Apollo Crews, set Sami Zayn up. It's to keep him away from the IC title. And then all of a sudden, Aziz hits Sami Zayn with the Nigerian nail. So we're going to be getting the in-ring debut of Commander Aziz next week. Okay, great. I'm not really going to care that much, but I'll be looking forward to see what he delivers in the ring. Who knows if he's any good or not? We're going to have to see next week. All right, we get Rey Mysterio backstage with Adam Pearce, and after that we get the Street Profits backstage with Chad Gable. Chad Gable wants to apologize on what Otis did last week. Says that they got their tag team match canceled because they cannot control Otis. Says that they will send Otis to the Jurassic period if he attacks them again, that being the Street Profits. So the Street Profits basically said that. Gable says that the match is back on because they said that. Says that Montez Ford and Chad Gable will have a match, and Otis will not be in ringside, and Otis is still angry, and Angelo Dawkins will not be ringside. So it's going to be a complete one-on-one match. Let's see if that's true or not, because WWE loves breaking rules that make absolutely no sense. Or I take that back. They make up rules, and it makes no sense for them to just break those rules out of nowhere, but they just break them anyway because they don't care. Because rules doesn't matter in WWE. All right. Roman Reigns is backstage with Jey Uso. He asks Jey, where is he? Jey states that if you want to see him, he will have to go to their locker room. And Reigns states that why is he making Jey the bad guy? Reigns begins to laugh, and Reigns states that he is coming now. So, again, I state there's going to be some turmoil going on, but who knows, man. All right, we got our first rematch of the night. Carmella versus Liv Morgan. Now, I did not catch SmackDown last week, but I know Carmella and Liv Morgan faced off last week, and Liv Morgan lost by tapping out. So the match starts. We get a right hand by Liv Morgan. She works on Carmella in the corner. Both are on the outside. Carmella sends Morgan on the apron onto the barricade. Sends Morgan back in the ring. Elbow by Carmella on Morgan. Carmella with the repeated right hands on Morgan. We get a cover into a near fall. Morgan sends Carmella on the top turnbuckle. We get a boot by Carmella in the corner. Carmella slaps Morgan repeatedly. Morgan drops Carmella face first. We get a cover into a near fall. And basically, no, we didn't get a near fall. We get a Liv Morgan won. My bad. My notes kind of got messed up, but we get a cover, and Liv Morgan wins the match. 50-50 booking by WWE. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. Why are we having a rematch? I don't know why. What's the point of this rematch? Because of the fact that Liv Morgan tapped out last week, it makes no sense whatsoever. But again, it's WWE, so they really don't care what goes on. All right, we get Ding Dong Hello, hosted by Bayley. So this is Bayley's talk show. Our guest host is Seth Rollins. All right. So Bayley in this talk show states that she upgraded. Rollins states that he loves what she, that being Bayley, had done with the set, and thanks Bayley for bringing him in a proper show and having a proper interview. Rollins says that he is a huge fan and says that Bayley has been on fire. He begins to put over Bayley and shows what happened last week, that being Rollins attacking Cesaro viciously a couple weeks ago. And then after that, both are laughing. Of course, you got Bayley doing her typical ha 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 laughing, and Rollins doing his funny ass, just evil laugh, which never gets old in my opinion. I be dying every time I hear that. There's a whole compilation on YouTube on that. It's funny as hell. So then after that, both laughed, and then the doorbell rings. So Rollins opens the door, and it's Cesaro. So he begins to attack Rollins and sends Rollins over the set. He rips up. So basically, Seth Rollins' weird suit begins to rip up out of nowhere and sends Rollins through the door and throws away the set. And then after that, Bianca Belair comes out, and Bianca laughs at Bayley just like Bayley did to Bianca all those times before. What are my thoughts on this segment? I honestly do not care. Of course, I do believe at Hell in a Cell that their match is going to be their respective feuds, Bayley and Bianca, and Rollins and Cesaro. Those feuds are going to be concluded by Hell in a Cell, because I do think that when we are on the road to SummerSlam, I mean, it's going to be a big deal. I mean, we're definitely going to, SummerSlam is going to be basically WrestleMania this year. It's going to be in Allegiant Stadium. That's going to be an awesome show. Cannot wait to watch that show. It's going to be awesome. I'm not going to attend the show, but it's going to be awesome watching the show. But I do believe that the blow-off for both feuds are going to be culminating at Hell in a Cell. All right, we get a backstage interview with Rey Mysterio. He updates all of us on Dominik. Says that Roman Reigns hurt his boy. Says if he comes after his son, he goes after him. Says he vowed to protect him, and last week he failed. Says his injuries were caused about family. Says he can do whatever he wants with his family, but not mess with his own family, that being Rey's family. Says he will call Roman out, and says that when he comes out, he will show him what family is supposed to look like. So, of course, this is planting the seeds for Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio at Hell in a Cell. At first, when I heard about this match being announced, I was like, what? This makes absolutely no sense. The reason why I say that is because of the fact that they're clearly in the middle of the storyline with Jimmy and Jay. And I expected that Jimmy was going to go through the same thing that Jey Uso went, so in which he was going to be facing Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell. But that's not the case. Most likely the match that's going to happen is we're going to have Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio at inside Hell in a Cell. Not only that, we're going to get Jimmy versus Jey Uso at Hell in a Cell. And the rest is history. So we're probably going to be getting that. All right. Montez Ford versus Chad Gable. Montez Ford, I should say, and I say this all the time when he's wrestling on SmackDown. Montez Ford, I really enjoy his style. His style is really fun to watch. I think, he does a really awesome frog splash, and he's a phenomenal wrestler. I really enjoy his work. All right, both lock up. We get throughout this entire match, there was a lot of technical wrestling in this match. So we get a couple technical wrestling attempts by both. We get a takedown by Chad Gable. We get a waistlock reversals. Takedown by Gable, then we get another takedown by Ford. We get a counter by Gable. Side headlock takedown by Gable. I said Cable. Deadpool 2, my bad. Deep arm drag by Gable. Deep arm drag by Ford. Then we get an arm bar by Ford. Gable works on Ford in the corner. We get an arm drag by Ford. Roll up by Ford. We get a 2 count. Ford gets caught after trying to leapfrog, which looked pretty devastating. Then we get an ankle lock by Gable. Ford reverses it into a bridge pinfall attempt. We get a near fall. Then we get a somersault by Ford on Gable on the outside. Then we get a side slam by Gable on Ford. Ford tries to roll up, but Gable catches Ford into a pin attempt. We get a 2 count. Double splash by both. Otis attacks Angelo Dawkins backstage. Ford fights back against Gable. Spine buster by Ford. Then we get a standing moonsault by Montez Ford. We get a cover and a near fall. Ford hits a frog splash. We get a cover and a near fall. Otis comes in and attacks Ford. He causes a DQ, of course, in typical WWE fashion. Sends Ford on the announce table. Sends Ford later on the steel steps. We get a splash from the second rope on Ford by Otis. Angelo Dawkins comes in, sends Dawkins to the outside, and then we get a splash again by Otis on Montez Ford, with Otis having a new look. Otis has a really new look, and he looks main rosterized. So, yeah. Overall thoughts, this was not a bad match. I just hated the fact that this freaking match ended in a disqualification in typical WWE fashion. It was really stupid, and they should have never done that. But it's WWE, so what can you do? All right. We got our next rematch of the night. King Corbin versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Both in a shitty storyline over a stupid crown that's not even a real crown. So Rick Boogs is shredding his guitar in a badass way. He's been doing that for the past few weeks, of course. Nakamura had the boot on Corbin in the corner. We get a kick by Nakamura. We get a flying knee by Nakamura. We get a cover and a near fall. We get a deep six by Corbin. A cover and a near fall. Corbin works on Nakamura. Then we get a German suplex by Corbin. We get a cover and a near fall. Corbin drops Nakamura. We get a roll up by Nakamura on Corbin. Nakamura wins the match. Corbin attacks Nakamura after. Boogs runs into Corbin, but hits Boogs head first on the announce table. And all of a sudden, Nakamura takes the crown and sends Corbin over the announce table. So yeah, we got another rematch. We've seen this match twice or 3 times. I don't even remember how many times. The last 3 times. When will this end? Like, I'm tired of seeing this stupid-ass match. This is such a stupid storyline. Baron Corbin sucks. He's not believable. I don't even believe him at all as a heel. I don't care what anybody says. Baron Corbin, to me, is not believable as a heel. If anything, once crowds come back, he's going to get go-away heat. I guarantee you that. All right, Roman Reigns is backstage with Jey Uso and basically states, let's go to your locker room. All right, and then we get Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce backstage, and then Baron Corbin comes in, pissed off out of nowhere, demands that Nakamura returns his crown. Why are you so mad over a stupid-ass crown? They keep mentioning that he's the King of the Ring, but, bro, the King of the Ring doesn't mean jack shit in WWE nowadays. The King of the Ring is something, it's just a prop. It's not even like an annual prize anymore, because back in the day, the King of the Ring, the tournament would have first off, it would have its own pay-per-view, and it would lead into SummerSlam. So whoever won the King of the Ring tournament not only won a fucking trophy, but also won a title match at SummerSlam. King Corbin, you know what he won? He won a freaking crown and a chair. That's all he won. And a cape. Really? Like, the King of the Ring is a joke. Okay? It's not even, they don't even take it seriously. They still mention that he's the King of the Ring after 2 years. Like, come on now. It makes absolutely no sense. All right. So he demands that Nakamura returns his crown, and they book a match next week called The Battle for the Crown. You guessed it. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin. We're going to see this match again next week on SmackDown. Who cares? Nobody wants to watch that shit. Again, constant rematches, man. I don't want rematches. Stop with the freaking rematches. It's so stupid, and it's so lame. And it's so repetitive to the point where the viewer does not even want to watch their show. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Stop, bro. I hate that. I do not like the fact that they do rematches. As everybody else, other podcasters and every single wrestling fan on Twitter and all of social media do not like the fact that they constantly do rematches. It's stupid and it sucks. All right. Reigns and Jey Uso confront Jimmy. Reigns asks Jimmy... and he asks Jimmy, do you see this? And he's pointing at the Universal title. Jimmy goes on a tirade rant on Reigns after this, says that he will be in the Hall of Fame, but not as Roman Reigns, but as a spoiled bitch. Jey Uso says that he is out, so basically he was in the middle of Jey Uso and Roman Reigns arguing, and he just screams and says he's out. Reigns says that this is their family business, and he cuts a phenomenal promo and says to Jimmy, why would he do that to his brother? Says he shouldn't have to depend on Jey. His brother should. Roman says, make this right to Jimmy. So, yeah. So then we get the Rey Mysterio segment. Says that he is standing right there. Says Roman has disrespected his family. Says he is waiting. He calls out Roman. Roman comes out in his badass entrance music. Rey says that he acknowledges Roman. He acknowledges him for the rat bastard that he is. Damn. Also acknowledges him for the rat bastard that he put his hands on his son. Acknowledges him as a man that will fight him even if he loses. Also acknowledges him as a man that he will fight inside Hell in a Cell. And says after that he laid out the challenge and it's Roman's turn to acknowledge. Roman says that he acknowledges Rey. He acknowledges him as a father. Rey, after that, grabs a kendo stick out of nowhere, which I don't even know where the kendo stick came from, and repeatedly hit Roman with the kendo stick. Reigns grabs Rey, but still gets hit with the kendo stick. Then we get a Superman punch on Rey Mysterio. Reigns is about to spear him, but then all of a sudden Dominik comes in out of nowhere. As you guys know, Roman Reigns viciously attacked Dominik last week. He comes in and hits him with the kendo stick and throws Dominik outside of the ring over the top rope on the floor. And Rey Mysterio tries to kendo stick Roman, but Roman escapes and he goes to his son. Devastating ending to SmackDown. And this feud, I will say, I'm actually really excited to see Rey Mysterio versus Roman Reigns. The only two I'm really only excited for that match. And probably if the match is most likely going to be happening, Jimmy and Jay inside Hell in a Cell. But, those matches, this match I do think will be the best match of the night. Because Roman Reigns is the only good thing on SmackDown. Everything else on the show is just not great. The mid-card is much better than Raw's mid-card, I'll tell you that. But still, WWE does not put a lot of emphasis in the mid-card on SmackDown. So what's the point of me caring? You know what I mean? But yeah, that was SmackDown. Overall thoughts, this was not a bad show. Actually, I will say this. This was not a bad show, and what I mean by that is the only good thing that was good on this show was Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Rey Mysterio, and Jey Uso. That's it. Everything else was just rematches. It's stupid. I hate the fact that WWE loves doing rematches. I don't understand why, but it is what it is. It's typical WWE booking. But yeah, that was SmackDown from June 11th, 2021. Be on the lookout for more videos. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, push that bell for notifications. And this is Broken Havoc from the Broken Havoc podcast. Signing out.